Madina Okot is visiting South Carolina, and this is a huge deal. Now, South Carolina fans, Gamecock Nation, I'm pretty sure y'all are probably was already on this and are very excited because one of the most dominant bigs in the transfer portal is on an official visit at South Carolina, and this could be exactly what Don Staley needs. Because Okot could be, the foundational center for South Carolina, and that's something they've been searching for a while, right? She's not just tall; she is an elite player. And if the South Carolina Gamecocks land her, guys, that paint is locked down for sure. So let's first talk about who Madina is and why her visit to South Carolina could be a massive deal for this program. Well, number one, she is tall. This is exactly what South Carolina needs. Okay. So who is Madina Okot, and why is her visit big? Well, Madina is a 6'6" center from Kenya, and guys, she is just built differently. Literally, she is built differently. She has an 8'8" standing reach. She has a 6'10" wingspan, and she has a 10'3" approach height. Guys, isn't that insane numbers? Isn't that insane numbers for a women's basketball player? Like crazy, crazy insane numbers. And if you all don't know what approach height is, it's a running vertical jump. All right, it's a running vertical jump. So her running vertical jump is 10'3". She has a 19-inch approach jump, which is like her running vertical. Like, guys, she is literally built different. Okay, that is WNBA level / past WNBA level numbers. Okay, in terms of her height and whatnot. And guys, she's not just tall; she is a productive player as well. In her first season at Mississippi State, she averaged 11.3 points a game, 9.6 rebounds a game, 1.1 blocks a game, and 1.4 steals a game, shooting nearly 65% from the field. This is someone who can get double-doubles like the back of a hand. All right, 12 double-doubles for her this past season, including a big, 21.23 rebound game against Vanderbilt. But before she decided to go to Mississippi State, she was dominating internationally. Like, this is her first year in America at an American college. Before she chose to go to Mississippi State, she was someone who was lighting it up overseas. She went to Z-Tech University in I believe that's in Kenya, and she was fire there as well. She was absolutely fire. She also played on the FIBA 3x3 senior team as well, and she was the only African player to be selected for the inaugural Women's World Select Team at the 2023 Nike Hoop Summit. This is someone who is not just a random tall player. No, she is a straight up baller. She was a all tournament team pick for the 2023 FIBA Africa Women's Basketball League, where she was doing her thing there. This is someone who can absolutely rock out and make some stuff happen, right? She can make some stuff happen. She played in the AWBL, averaging 13.8 points a game, 13.8 rebounds over 4 games that she played in that league. She was fantastic. She is fantastic, and she just might be going to South Carolina. This is someone who is battle tested on various continents, and she is looking to make her she's about to make her efforts known for sure. Make her efforts known. Okay. But let's be real. When we look at the South Carolina team, this is a team that has a lot of guards, right? They have a lot of guard play. They have a whole lot of guard play. And you just got Taniyah Latson. Tiana. We got Taniyah Latson who has committed to South Carolina. She is coming in to handle a boatload of the scoring. You got You already had Joyce Edwards, who I thought had a fantastic freshman year. You have other players who are looking to make some noise with this team. However, what you don't have is a true interior anchor. You don't have that. Since Aaliyah Boston and Kamilla Cardoso both left to go to the WNBA, the Gamecocks have lacked size and rim protection. Now, Ashlyn Watkins, yes, has been doing the best she can, but she got hurt. But even honestly, without her getting hurt, they still, I believe she's only 6'3", Ashlyn Watkins, and you need someone taller. You need that tall big, because that's how, at least from what we've seen in the last several years, that's South Carolina at their most effective, when they have a player in the post that is tall, that could have some great rim protection, and someone who can just immediately make an impact in terms of the scoring load as well. Right? So Medina, she fills that void immediately. Also, because she played 3x3, this is a tall girl who knows how to run. She knows how to run. She runs the floor. She can defend. She can dominate the glass. She's not flashy. She is a fundamental type of big woman. She's the kind of player who doesn't need a ton of touches per game to make an impact. And let's not forget, guys, when Mississippi State played South Carolina, Medina had 8 points. She played against South Carolina, and she had 8 and 6 in that game. And she's someone who knows pace. She knows physicality. She knows how to compete with the best of the best. And if South Carolina wants to stay in championship contention, I think Medina is the kind of person and the kind of presence that you need down low, and the kind of presence that you can't afford to go somewhere else. So where are we at? We have Medina doing her official visit at South Carolina. This means, in a lot of ways, Don Staley is going all in to shore up the roster. All right? And she's not settling, right? Remember, South Carolina lost MiLaysia Fulwiley, of course, way different positions, but still, you lose MiLaysia Fulwiley's offensive explosion. You bring in Taniyah Latson, who in some ways are kind of like for like, and that's, well, not totally, but in the sort of get a bucket, give the person the ball kind of way, and there's a huge load from a guard perspective that Taniyah Latson gives them, right? But South Carolina needs someone who could hold it down on the inside. They need a safety net, a foundation. And the big difference between 2 seasons ago and last season for South Carolina was the lack of that safety net. Someone who is a get out of jail free card. Just get them the basketball, figure out something, figure out what's going to happen from there, right? And that's what Medina could give them. She could be that pillar down low. But guys, let's be clear. This is someone who will absolutely make an impact on day one for South Carolina, in my opinion. She started every game of her college career. She has produced at the highest of levels. She is someone who has played against elite talent, and she's hungry to make an impact. But the thing to know, guys, is that it took her a long time to get to America, right? She applied 5 times before she finally got a American visa. She applied 5 times. Like, this is someone who was trying very hard to get over here, and she finally did it in this past season, and made her impact at she ended up making her impact at Mississippi State. Now she is leaving, and now she is trying to make some moves, going somewhere else, and South Carolina really does want her. Okay, so for now we wait. We see, will Medina end up choosing Columbia? Will she be the next great big in a Gamecock uniform? Will she be? Question marks about that. But I tell you this, South Carolina's going all out. How I talked about LSU going all out to in their transfer portal recruitment process. South Carolina does stuff their own way. right? We've started to see photos. At least I saw them yesterday. I don't know exactly when they were posted, but I saw photos yesterday of Medina in Colombia with Miriam Dowda and Adele Tack. You know, hey, they trying to be like, hey, check out how awesome South Carolina is. Also, we got Plies in the mix. That's trying. Man, South Carolina women's basketball team, they got a whole rapper who is trying to do recruitment for that team. Plies posted, "God, it's me again. Just seeing if everything okay, and you need something from the store." That's crazy, but anyway. Or just some tickets to the concert. Don't want anything. I'm just making sure all is good. Talk back in a few. Like here's the deal. South Carolina is trying to go all in for Medina. Will she end up choosing this team? I mean, I think there is a connection, right, with Miriam and Adele. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if she picks South Carolina. Honestly, she can go anywhere. But yeah. Also, fun fact. Did you know that when Medina was choosing colleges in America to go to, LSU and Mississippi State were pretty high on her list, and she chose Mississippi State because the year she chose it was the year that Mississippi State beat LSU, and I thought that was pretty funny. I thought like she was like trying to choose between both schools, and because Mississippi State beat LSU. It made her choose Mississippi State. So that's a fun fact for you. That is a fun fact for you. Anyway, that is the news around South Carolina and what they are trying to do. We'll ultimately see if they are successful. We'll see. Now, guys, let me know in the comments. Do you all think that Medina is the missing piece for South Carolina? And yeah, let me know your thoughts on that front. Will she end up choosing that school? I think so, but I'm very, very curious what happens from here. All right. Grace by God says, side note, Quita, Wandale Farrow, and assistant coach for the USC women's basketball team has joined the coaching staff of South Carolina. Yep, that is true. Robert says her and Dowda is from Nigeria, which is, yeah, huge. B says, I really don't understand the beef with LSU and South Carolina. I don't understand. It's because they're the two top dogs. They're seen as the two top dogs in the SEC. So, they don't like each other as much. And also, y'all remember, was that not this past season, but was that 2 seasons ago when they had that altercation during, was it the tournament? Was it during the SEC tournament where like Flau'jae Johnson's brother, I believe, came from the stands, and like it was this whole thing. I believe that was the game that Kamilla Cardoso was suspended for like a game or two or something like that, and so she missed the beginning of the NCAA tournament. It was like a whole thing. Like anyway, the reason why there's beef, in my opinion, between South Carolina and LSU is because they're the two top dogs, and they get compared to each other a lot. They get compared to each other a whole lot. And so the two top dogs who get told, hey, you're not better than this other team, you're not better than, like all of that, it kind of makes people feel a certain type of way. You got a little bit more emotion to those games when you've been compared constantly, right? I'm just saying.